So we're over here in Oromocto. We just arrived, and as you can see, there's a lot of soldiers here, and they're gathered to be part of the ceremonies today. And this is all as a result of our Oromocto angel, Tracy Lewis, who owns Jungle Gyms and who's been part of Step by Step now for a number of years. We can always count on Tracy to arrange these things, and as a matter of fact, there she is walking. She's walking. Get a little close up if I could. Oop, just missed her. So anyways, we're going to see what she has in mind as far as kicking this off. And it's great to see our soldiers here participating in this event. And I know that this is going to really go good when we're putting this into a documentary, you know, seeing our guys and girls from Canada's Best come out here. So we'll see what else we can catch as we're going along. Definitely for you for now. I'm back. Now, as you can see, there's a bus approaching right now, and getting off the bus, we got people waiting on the bus, is all the kids from Oromocto High School. And probably the person that's going to also be coming off that bus is the Oromocto Torch Champion, Morgan Cogswell. And I'm probably going to go greet her right now as I got this camera going. And we'll see Morgan soon. We've seen lots of pictures of her during the one we were organizing this. So, you know, she's the Oromocto Torch Champion, and she's about to come out. And there's Kristopher and his two friends talking. And these are students that probably remember Kristopher from grade 9.
They let me go for the first semester, and I don't know how. Like,
let me just get your both your names.
I have Christine, so Christine.
All of us, I guess, mingle probably with the troops. I'd also like to find out where we're having the press conference at OHS, so that police officer knows where it's going.
It's out by the large sign by district offices.
That's Morgan?
Yeah.
Are you Morgan? Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Okay. Morgan, this is Chris.
Coming out, students in Oromocto High School. As you can see, they're all going to be ready to walk. It's quite the scene. And there's our Master of Ceremonies, Tracy, who's been organizing everything. She's got everything under control. As you can see, all the students are coming out. They're getting all lined up, the teachers there and everything. There must be at least 40, 50 students here. At least. This is quite the, even a dog. There's a dog over there. So here we are, Oromocto Torch Champion. There she is. There's the honk, the bus driver is honking to everybody. Great. Looks like this is going to be a great day. Chris is excited. He's talking. He's pretty excited about all this. So here we are. We're all gathered here, and we're just going to wait. There's the torch, but there's Tracy. So we're going to find out what's going to go on.
Okay.
Yes, how small can I get?
Okay, so what we're going to try and do here is to get into, you know, what you felt during, you know, carrying the torch during the walk, you know, seeing everybody. But I also want to know how you felt when you first heard that you were selected as the torch champion. So let's start with that. But first, please state your name, the school, and then your email address. Do you have Facebook?
No.
No? Are you planning to get it?
What?
Are you planning to get it?
I could.
Possibly? Okay, because Chris is keeping in touch with everybody through Facebook, like all the Student Torch Champions. So do you have an email address?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll state your name first.
Okay. I'm Morgan Cogswell, and I go to Oromocto High School. My email address is singer_GURL_2004@hotmail.com.
Okay. Now, when somebody must have approached you or something earlier this year
Yeah.
about doing something, and can you talk about that?
Earlier this year, I got called down to the office, and then I waited for a while, and then the longer I waited, the more I started to wonder what was going on. I knew I hadn't done anything wrong, yet it still makes you wonder whether you're in trouble for something, and the principal finally came out and summoned me to his office and asked whether I would be interested in doing part of a relay for organ donation, and said that it would probably involve some running and whatnot. And when I first found out about it, it was very, like, I didn't know. I hadn't heard about it before, for one thing, which was I found surprising. I was surprised I hadn't heard of the relay. Maybe I'd heard of it before, but briefly, and I'd forgotten. And I was sort of surprised that I hadn't remembered about it, but I thought it was a great cause. And I was honored that I was chosen, and I was trying to figure out how I got selected for it, because I figured there were other people in the school as well, but it was great that I was chosen as a leader to support a cause like that. And eventually my teacher, Miss Sanford, told me that it was her who had selected me because she'd had me in her class, and she was one of the main reasons that we were doing the Torch of Life, because her husband, Miss Mark Sanford, got a liver transplant, wasn't it? And she had selected me because she thought I was a leader, and she knew I was in cross country, so I was honored.
So you knew the event was going to take place November 8th in
Yes.
Oromocto.
Yeah.
How did you feel this morning?
This morning, I was good. I was just more worried about doing press release and whatnot, and like having a speech. I wanted to do the cause justice.
How did you feel when you arrived at Jungle Gym and you seen all those soldiers and?
I've said this a lot of times. Again, it's just honored because it was a great cause, and I wasn't really nervous, because I think when you know it's a great thing, sometimes you aren't as nervous because you're not really thinking about yourself. You're thinking about the cause. You're not thinking about anything else. So it wasn't nerve-wracking.
Now the torch that you were carrying it, I don't know if you know all the history about it, that it was blessed by Pope John Paul II.
Yes.
And since then, like the last 7 years, it has been touched and received by many people with many stories attached to it, and Kristopher as well, that carried it 3 years ago. When you received that torch and you carried it from Jungle Gyms to your school, how did that make you feel? Did it make you feel anything, or?
It sort of makes you feel like you have the power to do something better for the world, especially knowing that so many important people have held it before. So.
And you know that you're now the ambassador for Oromocto, the
Yes.
Torch Ambassador, and that the rest of the year you're going to help to try and create some activities and to keep this going.
Yes.
And then, because we're going to do this on a yearly basis, does that sit okay with you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And what would you tell, there's other Torch Champions that are waiting right across the country, you know, from Quebec to British Columbia, even in the Northwest Territories, what would you say to them? Because they're probably going through the same thing that you were going through, and is there anything that you would like to say to them?
I would say be proud of yourself and don't be afraid, because it's for a great cause, and there's no reason to be nervous, and there's no reason to back down because you're nervous. And I think if you really want to make a difference and do something great, step up to the plate. And if it helps, bring a friend so that you're not alone, bring friends, anything you can do, but don't back out. It's a great opportunity.
And do you think, with all these students being involved from coast to coast, hundreds of students, do you think we can help make a difference together?
Definitely. It's definitely causing people to become more aware of the need for organ transplants and donors.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, Chris. Well, because you have to. You're the guy. You're Chris. Knowles. That's not my phone, is it? Is it my phone? Yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, Chris. Did you expect this kind of event? Be honest.
No, actually, I didn't. I didn't expect the soldiers being there, for one, and I didn't expect a lot of those kids coming out and walking with us. It was a big crowd, and so far, so good. Good turnout.
So Tracy Lewis knows how to put something together, then, eh?
She does. She does.
Yeah.
She knows how to feed us too.
Because she's the one that's responsible for all this.
Yes, and thanks for her. Thanks for the school board, and for all my friends.
Okay. Okay. Did you want to say something? Anything? Just like how you felt walking today? Or?
I don't know. I felt good. It was nice to see Chris again. I was really excited because I've known him since his first walk. It's good to hear that he's doing better and he's still making it. So
Yeah.
Okay. How about you?
Same. I was pretty excited to see Chris again, and it's good to do something that makes you feel really good. It's fun. Glad to see him again. I hope he comes back.
Okay. And do we have anything from you?
I was just here to hear from Morgan and do a prayer.
Perfect. How about Mom?
I have something to say, sure.
Okay, great.
I guess one of the meaningful things that struck me about this whole situation, Morgan and I had a conversation last night, and even though I've known for at least a month that Morgan was going to be doing the relay, I didn't connect the fact that Morgan's aunt, who is now deceased, she died in an accident, and a long time ago, back in the 80s, she actually donated her heart and lungs for a double heart-lung transplant for somebody way back when that was very early procedure. So this will be very, very important for Morgan's grandparents to know that she is doing, this is a cause that's very important actually in our own family. So it was interesting to make that connection, and it was only last night that the two of us had that conversation. So it touches every family in a lot of ways, and it may be through friends, it may be through relatives or people.
So we're over here in Oromocto. We just arrived, and as you can see, there's a lot of soldiers here, and they're gathered to be part of the ceremonies today. And this is all as a result of our Oromocto angel.
Guess how small can I get?
Okay, so what we're going to try and do here is to get into you know, what you felt during, you know, carrying the torch during the walk, you know, seeing everybody. But I also want to know how you felt when you first heard that you were selected as the torch champion.
3 years ago, and we did our walk from Town Hall to OHS to try and make people familiar with the importance of organ donation and how many lives it can save. This is George Marcello and Kristopher, and our the local champion, torch champion, is Morgan Cogswell, and she's going to patch the torch tomorrow to who is it in Fredericton?
Jonathan Daigle.
Jonathan Daigle, who will run from City Hall to Leo Hayes High School. He's actually apparently an Olympic contender for distance running. So I'd like to start. There was a donation given by Scotiabank, and nobody could make it from there. So a $50 check to help them along their way from Scotiabank here in Oromocto to George to make it a little easier to get across the country. And if Morgan would like to step forward and say a few words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Morgan Cogswell, and I'm a student at Oromocto High School at the moment. I'd like to say that I'm honored to represent OHS for such a meaningful cause. Organ donation affects many communities across Canada and touches the family and friends of those affected. Here in Oromocto, Mark Sanford's life was extended by organ donation so that his family had more time to spend with him before he died. Kristopher Knowles has been waiting for a liver transplant for several years now, and a donated liver will be a life-changing opportunity for him. Unfortunately, there are many people needing transplants and only so many willing to donate their organs. So hopefully in the near future, you will consider signing the form allowing your organs to be donated. To you, it could be the simple difference between having an organ and not having an organ in your body, but to someone else, it could make the difference between life and death.
Without further ado, let Chris say a few words.
I'd just like to say thanks for coming out today. It's an honor to be back again, as of 3 years ago, to hand off the torch to the torch champion here in Oromocto, Morgan. I'm still waiting for a liver transplant. It's been 17 years now, and they took me off the list about 3 years ago because they said I was healthy, and so now I'm just, I guess, waiting until something happens, but I'm glad that nothing's happened, and I'm glad I'm back on the walk and being a mentor for all the torch champions right across Canada. And right now I am honored to light and pass the torch to Morgan. So we can start that. Okay.
You guys over here?
Now we do have a police escort, which I believe is beginning over there. So if you'd like to make your way following Morgan and the police officer over there, we can get our walk started over to OHS. 3 years ago, we did our walk from Town Hall to OHS to try and make people familiar with the importance of organ donation and how many lives it can save. This is George Marcello and Kristopher, and our the local champion, torch champion, is Morgan Cogswell, and she's going to patch.
You don't know what's Bob.
Halfway through it.
Okay, I'm gonna get you.
See everyone.
Your role, that's student. My role, and that's adult.
You don't know what's Bob.
Halfway through it.
Okay, I'm gonna get
friend whose husband was the recipient of an organ donation, and I know that it's very important to their family and certainly important to us as staff and students here at Oromocto High. So thank you very much. I certainly want to acknowledge Morgan Cogswell for representing Oromocto High as our torch bearer. She will pass the torch on tomorrow in Fredericton to another student from the Fredericton area, and we thank her for representing Oromocto High so well. It was a great day for a walk, and I'm glad that you were able to participate. I would like to introduce Lieutenant Colonel Kearney from CFB Gagetown just to say a few words.
David, thank you very much. Christopher, the gentleman, there you are, filming yourself, and all of you that are gathered here today, students, and especially those of you who came because you cared today, and the soldiers in the base Gagetown that are here. What a great turnout and a wonderful thing to see that you're all united as a community in something as worthwhile as this. I didn't know until I prepared for this event that the Canadian Forces actually has a policy on organ donation. We certainly do, and we're actually encouraged to do so where our circumstances permit. And there are several mechanisms by which Canadian Forces members can register for this and actually enable it if the needs be. Certainly, if you give your bone marrow, the system takes care of you for the period of time before, after, during, and after your transplant. So if you don't know anything about it, it's in the regulations. Do look it up. And you know, it hits home for us too, because one of our own, Master Corporal Timothy Wilson, was killed in Afghanistan when his LAV-3 collided with a taxi. And in fact, his organs were donated through that program, and many other Canadians are now the lucky recipients of those organs and are doing better because of his priceless gift. So it's something, as I said, that's an individual choice, but it's nice to see you all here today supporting this cause. Think about it when you go back to your units, pass the word on to your units, and I salute all of you young people here today for taking the time out of your lives to study this, to learn more about it, and to be a part of something as worthwhile as this. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Lieutenant Kearney. At this time, I'll call upon Mr. Mel Vance. Mr. Vance is the Deputy Mayor for the town of Oromocto.
Not bad after being 4 years in municipal politics, the first time the mayor stood me up. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate Kristopher for being back after 3 years being away from our community. I remember when you first were here 3 years ago and the predicament you were in. And it was obviously nice to hear back at Jungle Gyms that they've given you clean bill of health, and hopefully you'll stay like that. So congratulations to you. Also, congratulations to George. I know it's no small feat of the time and energy that you put in such a worthwhile cause. So also congratulations to you. To the school board to promote such an event, Mr. McTimoney and the students here, the teachers, to promote such an event is obviously for a worthwhile cause. So I congratulate you. District 17, obviously good to see you here at the same time, promoting such a great event. And obviously with the military aspect of it here, we all can put a little bit forth to help such a worthwhile cause. And again, congratulations. And Chris, all the best of luck on your endeavors down the road with such an event that such a cause that you're promoting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vance. I think before we go, turn off my cell phone because it's ringing and nobody wants to hear that. Before we go, we'd just like to have one more opportunity for everybody to have a look at the torch, and we can pass it along here for the next few minutes. I'd certainly like to acknowledge Marilyn Ball, Superintendent from District 17, and the district office staff who've come out this afternoon. Thank you very much for coming. Canadian Forces, it's great to see you again. I know that we have a great relationship. Some of you were here this morning for our Remembrance Day Assembly. Certainly the students from Mr. McMorrin and Mr. Wood's class sort of put together very quickly, but I'm glad you're able to participate. Just before we start again, I need to ask Chris, would you like to say hello to everyone before we start on?
I'd just like to say thanks again. It is an honor to come back from 3 years ago. I actually had a great time at that dance. It was a Halloween dance as well, and she got to meet two of my best friends that actually came out again 3 years ago. Tara and Christina came out and met me at the dance and, you know, wish me luck, I guess. And we've been keeping in contact since then. So thank you for them. And also I'd like to thank for all the walkers and the sergeants for coming out today. It's an honor to make this aware of organ and tissue donation. You know, there's one person can save up to 40 people's lives, and 8 organs and 32 tissues and bone marrow, I guess. And you know, it's a precious gift to do to become a hero. And our slogan is actually, "Please don't take your organs to heaven. Heaven knows we need them here." So with that, I'd just like to thank the school staff, students, and everyone for coming out today. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Chris. So just for the last few minutes, we'll, I know George wants to catch some footage of maybe passing the torch. Hopefully everybody will have a chance to just pass it on from person to person. Thanks very much for participating this afternoon. personal friend, teacher friend whose husband was the recipient of an organ donation, and I know that it's very important to their family and certainly important to us as staff and students here at Oromocto High. So thank you very much.